So it's time to relax, to settle down, and of course, free yourself from fear, free yourself from negative thoughts, doom thinking, and then we are going to see if we need to get something off our chest. Well, algorithms, I don't know, but it seems that the social media we use is blocking me out. So I'm not sure if I'm able to get through. So that is how it works, apparently. So, yeah, what do I need to get off my chest? What do you need to get off your chest? So, yeah, it's funny that peace is demonized and mindful things, if they are not from, you know, anyways, pain. I need to get the pain off my chest, the pain experience, my back pain. It's everything except funny. Um, so this morning, a little bit frustrated, and that's also putting you on the hurry or into a hurrier feeling. So when you do multiple times and multiple days, a streak of meditation, becoming aware about yourself, your surroundings, and others. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure. So I'm also going to see in which way I'm going to proceed because um, we need to grow, and it's not possible. It's not. It seems not to be possible. So that's on its own a quite depressing state where you want to go to a higher level of civilization, but and a trinity mind, but continuously you are sucked into the matrix of duality. So yeah, let's see how today goes. So we are settling down, and we are in a hurry because So settle the settle the settle. So it is that the collective of humanity, and I need to be careful in what I say because the collective of humanity ends with the walls around you. Because if you are inside the walls and the others are outside the walls, or they are inside the walls, I better say, and I'm outside the walls, then there is no connection really. So, also for the youth, we need to raise the norm. So, I try to ask for, and I'm actually doing a couple of days now, weeks, mindful stuff on social media. So we see the tools of a higher level of civilization, but humanity is failing to connect. So, therefore, we need to reconnect. So, we are settling down, and I have um, not so positive vibe inside myself. If I feel myself, I'm feeling with everything that's happening. Maybe it's the energy they throwing at us. And if you do things in a rush, you know how it's like. So that was yesterday. My nose is a little bit clogged from all the chemtrails. And wait, I need to correct myself because now people think I'm snorting. No, no, it's from the air, the chemtrails in the air. I don't do drugs. Also important. So we free ourselves from fear, doom thinking, and other negative thoughts, and then we are going to reconnect. So let's make this a ritual every day in the morning. We are going to settle down, and if your job starts earlier than mine, then um, you do it before. Yes. So if you like this setup, you can rewatch a live stream. But important is to become aware of the rest of the day when you do this first. Yes. So when we wake up, we are grateful for the good night rest that we had and for the brand new day. Then we are going to remove all the negative thoughts, no doom thinking. And this morning, and probably, anyways, forget about that. There's also a possibility to no longer give it attention. Eh? So when we clear our mind and free our mind, we are going to open our mind. And we are going to settle down and reconnect. We let roots grow from our feet to the center of Mother Earth and reconnect with Mother Earth. So, this all you do with your hands placed together to harmonize the energies. Now you are reconnected with Mother Earth. In the same way, by greeting, you reconnect with Mother Nature. And the time that you go outside the door, you do like a little prayer. Dear nature, insects, I'm coming. I don't want you to bash into my windshield or my license plate or my sunglasses. Yes. I don't want to crush you underneath my wheels or feet while I walk. I have no intentions to kill or hurt you or damage you. Dear nature, I'm going to walk through you. If anybody had these thoughts before. So you are reconnecting with Mother Nature. You reconnect with your inner self. Yes? You reconnect with your higher self. You reconnect with origin. You reconnect with source. You reconnect with Su. You reconnect with the Creator. So when we are settled down, with a free mind, reconnected, grounded. We are going to do the breathing, slowly breathing all the time. And then we can start to focus. And you focus on receiving love, light, and healing. And I focus on sending love, light, and healing. So that is a connection which you metaphorically easily could use as your router is the sender, and your mobile phone is the receiver. And the same thing is with energy is send it, you can receive it. So you focus on receiving love, light, and healing while you breathe in, and you bring your breath deep to your underbelly. And while you breathe out, you do an expression of gratitude. And when you do so, you will feel the energy, you will feel the enlightenment, and you will expand your happiness. So maybe you did not had a good day wake up and you wake up like, oh no, it's this time, oh I want to do this and blah, blah, blah. You want to get busy, but actually your body is tired or something. You get up, you need your coffee, and then we also going to choose a guided word for today. What will be the guided word for today? So we do a breathing now, we do a focus now. Inhale, love, light, healing. Exhale, gratitude. And then we take one word that we are going to use as guidance of the rest of the day. So everything we meet, so let's say that that word becomes a standard for your behavior the rest of the day. Let me think about it. So, yesterday we had gratitude as guided word to the rest of the evening to expand your gratitude. Expand your gratitude is expanding your happiness. So, if we see that society is becoming less and less happy, there might be a shortage on gratitude. Other things is that okay, there are good reasons that you are not that happy about society anymore. Anyways, our word for today is love, and I'm going to give a seminar about love today, about one of the concepts that is often misunderstood for kindness. So now we have the tuning in of receiving love, light, and healing, and the expression of gratitude. Oh, and we are also live now on TikTok. So when we are fully honest to ourselves and start to feel our own body, so everything that feels heavy can be enlightened. But we need to do the spiritual stuff because it's mind over body. It's the spirit that is controlling the body to get enlightenment for everything that's heavy. And to be honest to yourself is becoming more clearly aware. So, this is very important. So, I ask you now to listen to understand and to think from within your heart, because we are going to clear up the clouds that are distorting the light. So, as a human being, you have the choice to get enlightened, but it's not something that you can carry with your ego, like, oh, look at me. So, if we honestly want to do this process, we want to become closer to an understanding of each other. So, therefore, your mind must be clear so you can receive it in the best way. You need to be relaxed. And we need to do the efforts to bring our bodies, physical, spiritual, into a certain state. So now we receiving the word, but we will receive the word the best way if we straighten our spine. So we need to have a straightened spine. So we straighten our spine, and now we take the concept of love with us. So often, kindness is misunderstood for love. So people need to have clear what the concept of love is. Kindness is not love. Lust is not love. So the practice of self love becomes more clearer. So, yes, there is a difference in making love to each other or having sex with each other. There are two different things. Therefore, we take the word love as a guide through the next of the day. Oh, this is not. I will go back. And always there are some struggles. So sometimes you can wake up with a lot of anger. But if we are aware about the concept of love, we take the word love as a guide, then we will relate to one question of everything that we are going to face the rest of the day. And that question is, what would love do? So, because we are going to think from within our hearts, we relate to the question, what would love do? And we are going to behave in a loving way. So, as soon as you walk out the door and the obstacles come, the problems coming, then what would you do with the what would love do with the problem? Well, anger is going to double the problem. Hate is going to double the problem. So what would love do with the problem that you face after you get enlightened, you got Zen, and you go facing the world? What would love do in this case? Well, love would halve the problems. So, with this awareness and fully want to understand the concept of love, also in relation to others. So, yeah, what's love? The love that I have for my wife is different than the love that I have for my brother. So the concept of love is in need of more precise words. So we are talking about brother love in the brotherhood, sister love in the sisterhood, which distinguishes itself from the love you give to your partner. So it does not make sense to say, I love in a sense of everything. So, yes, you can't say, I love everything or something like that, but it's not precise. Yeah, so people saying, I love my cat, or these stickers on the car, I love karate, I love my dog. The concept of love towards animals is completely different than the concept of love towards human beings. So, we should talk about animal love. And animal love is more dangerous than human love. Yeah, but you need to understand the animal. I love all animals. That is no guarantee that the animals will love you back. Eh? Oh no, Mr. got dropped into the crocodile area and he loves the crocodiles. And then the crocodile snapped, did a few death rolls, and would we call that the end of the illusion? It's being honest and being aware about more than love when it comes to animals. You need to become aware how they behave, what are their territorial behaviors, how dangerous are they? Yeah, so a crocodile is not the same as a bunny, yes, or a pet. So we take love as a guide outside the door, but we need to have a straightened spine and be honest to ourselves when we are going to explore love. Yes. And then how are we going to shape it and give it form in our expression of love? And therefore, we need to use better words to describe animal love, human love, plant love. I love the universe. Yes, it's easier to say I love everything than to be more accurate and more precise to become more aware about the concept of love. And then, when we think about it in that way, you will be speechless. Yes, I leave you speechless. You know why? You know why? I can ask many questions about love, and I actually already did it in my mind, and therefore I'm really sure that I leave you speechless because these questions cannot be answered other than by its own. So many questions that start with love can only be answered with love because there are simply no other words to describe it. So then I need to make up words to describe that, what an essence is. Yeah, I did go outside. I did say I love Mother Nature, I love Mother Earth, I love the Creator, I love everything. Yes, and now I'm facing the obstacles, but I'm going to take love as my guide. What will love do, and how do you name that? Well, there are no names for that yet because for some kind of reason in 2000 years humanity did not manage to produce words that do make sense because we want to put the word zwaffelen in the dictionary. So often, more words of stupidity are added to the dictionary than words that we actually could use to be more accurate to each other. So we are clear to each other, less misunderstanding. Yes, I am a loving person, but I don't love you. What? You don't love me, but you love humanity. I must assume, well, that part I love you, but I do not love this. Yeah, but what is this? It's inside you. You have a different character. At the first time that I saw you, I already know that we are going to be trouble. So sometimes, without knowing the person, you already, no, no. And that has to do that not all characters will fit. But what would love do? Love would make sure that you focus on the positive things of the other person. So when you face problems with other humans, when you go outside the door and you use the concept of love, then you are going to focus on the positive things of all the people you hate. So I asked somebody, yes, because it's clearing up all the BS. Can you say one positive thing about me? Silence. Then I know enough. Yes, then I know enough. You are not worth my attention. Not even if you think that you have a different um, relation to me, like you could say, if it's important, eh? But that does not matter. Does not matter how you relate it to me. If you cannot point out one positive thing about somebody else, then you are not worth the time. Basically, I can say you are a miserable person. But what would love do? Well, in my case, love did walk away. Yes, because there is no point hanging around with people that cannot see the positive thing in you, that are only trying to motivate you to do bad stuff, for example. So, your advantage of simply taking the time and you are in a relaxed atmosphere. And when you when you think, 1 moment, where was it going? So there are more insights to receive for clarity. Okay. So when you are putting yourself, when you wake up, you do your prayer, you express gratitude, you remove yourself from fear and negative thoughts, doom thinking, you are going to reconnect and you take the time to meditate about only one word. So, the advantage of having that relaxed mind, and somebody is facing you, and you will feel if they are relaxed or not relaxed, yes, because they woke up to this very relaxing sound. So they try to set the tone at the day, you know. I think, oh my God, how can you wake up to such sound? Maybe you need to practice to be awake around a certain time so you can wake up automatically around that time, but you need to set that attention when you go to sleep. So you say to yourself, 7 o'clock, I wake up, then 7 o'clock, you are waking up. No need of an alarm clock. So when I did that, my boss was like, it's not working, Frankie. This is the third time you are too late. And then they asked, "Did you sleep through the through the alarm clock?" I said, "No." Which alarm clock? So that's also funny why it's called an alarm clock. Alarming to what? Alarming to understand that you are a slave? Or what's the alarm? I prefer the idea of the birds that are whistling before sunrise to pre-activate the chlorophyll in the plants. So they are not whistling for no reason. They take their job really, really serious. So your advantage of having a relaxed mind and you face the outer world, the other humans, and they try, but you are aware because you are focused, you are sharpening your spirit, and you see. And this is the seeing that Jesus was talking about when he let the blind see. He opened their third eyes. He let him listen to what? The divine voice. But before Christians get that, oh my God, I need to wait maybe several lifetimes reincarnation, or maybe it never happens. He let the crippled walk because he took away the heaviness. He enlightened the people. In 2025, certain people are so effed up with their physical body that you also need to say that, well, not everything can be fixed in this life. Yes, and that is one hard lesson I learned when you try to do everything and you have so much trust in the creator, but cancer is a thing. It's very hard karma. So when you have a relaxed mind, you know what love would do. You are halving the problems, yes. But every word of if people you need to become aware of the first word that the other human being is saying to you. Yes. So for example, I'm walking to a room or in my job and somebody comes to me and starts a talk with, yeah, this location is empty. Okay, I'm aware about the question. It's about the job, no problem. I also see the location is empty. The next question would be, how can we replenish that location? Okay. Later on today, somebody's coming and saying, don't you think that that person is awful? And, talking bad behind the backs of others to you. And they want you to pick sides. Well, the first thing I recommend you do is to slow down. So you say, well, let me think about it. If I found an answer, I will let you know. But it's not today. Yes, so you are slowing down, and they just wanted to start some BS. And also do not give that further attention. So I was a person, and still am, that is immediately going to say, you well, go say that to that person in their face. But that's not what they intended to do. They intended to set a trap for you so you can get angry, but you are aware of it, and you are asking yourself, what would love do? While they are trying to piss you off and get you angry, all you do is ask yourself, what would love do? So the trap they set, they want to make it worse for you. It's not going to happen because you have love as your guidance. What would love do? Love would postpone that into the distant future and not to give it attention. Yes, because you are not going to feed anger, you're going to feed love. So you are dismantling the conflict that is on the rise, that people, oh, and this, and you know how duality works. And then you just let them wait. Yes. Next day, they are coming to me, and that's when they are persistent in starting BS. So the next time on your job, that person is coming and is going to ask you, and what did you think about it, about that situation and the awful colleague? Oh, sorry, I did not have time to think about that. I did not have time to think about that. You don't have time to think about that. No, I didn't have time to think about it yet. But now we need to finish this job. Don't worry. Don't worry. The next day and the next day, you can play with it, like extending it day by day. The more the person comes, eventually they will give up. And sometimes, you can also say, when you do not like to be reminded about it every day, you can say on the third day, like, well, I thought about it and it's not worth my attention. So maybe, well, you're not going to give them the advice to look for somebody else because you want it to end. So you are going to give them the advice, well, maybe you should let it go and harmonize with yourself, yes, and have your mind at peace and your heart at peace. That's always good advice that love would like to give to you. So every live stream, we are going to pick one word that we use as a guidance in the morning for the rest of the day, meeting this amazing world that we live in and the amazing beauty. But we need to have a straightened spine and be fully honest to ourselves, because if we are not fully honest to ourselves, like that you end up in relationships you actually did not want to get into, but the matrix is saying that you need to be in uh, this thing. You know, you need to have a wife and children and animals and a house and everything. Yes, no, that's the force of the matrix. So it is possible that people get into a relationship not even answering the question of love. So because picture perfect, they start the relationship. Oh yeah, now I also have a relationship. Well, do you love her? Do you deeply love her? Is she sparking to you? No, but we could make it work. Well, I'm going to let you know now, with a straightened spine and a clear mind, it's never ever going to work. You'll get a divorce eventually. So when is love there and when is love gone? And how will love come back? How do we call the love that comes back? Which word? With which word we name it that love is gone? And that you say, I don't love you anymore. So, what is the reason when you say, I don't love you anymore? Is the reason that you started hating me? Eh? Maybe you should not hate others. So, these are the deeper questions when we superficially can misunderstand everything, and everything is love. And I start relationships with everybody. Yes, and on the end of the day, you are left broken with a broken heart, and love is broken. Hmm. So they say love can heal you, love can let you fly. It's true. You can be high on love. I was high on love. But it would be nice if we have words to be more accurate and precise. To, I'm just kind here. I'm just kind. There is no love involved. So you need to think more precious about love and the expression of love. Yes? Because I do not believe, when I'm honest to myself, you are going to give it to everything and anything. Yes, conceptually you can do that, and it's a positive thing to say, to express into the universe. I love everything and anything. Oh, yeah? You love this slap in the face. Oh, no, I don't love that. Okay, another bubble burst. So you do not love everything and anything. Yes? So don't fool yourself with illusionary thinking. Don't fool yourself with too many fantasies if there are not even clear words pointing out what the hell that is. So if somebody can add some words that we can use, I mean, the Dutch language is even worse than the English language, but the Japanese are far ahead in language than the rest of the world. They have a top 400 words that are not even translated in other languages. And I'm going to teach you one, and that's what I am. Hito. And you are most likely Tanabito. So there are two words now. Now we are studying Japanese for no reason. Anyways, there is a difference, which I'm not going to explain now because we had love as a guidance. So, what would love do? Love can walk away and be gone. Love can be present and attract. And it's always good to be full of love. So, being aware and you have a straightened spine, then you will not be fooled by others. Yes, it's making with your full awareness always the choice, what do my ears listen to? Do I like that? Do I love that? Or do I hate that? Is it irritating me? Is it frustrating me? But I'm hearing it. From which person is it coming? What are the intentions of the person? So we are going to use our brain so much, yes, to see and feel that other person. Is that other person trying to set me up in another trap to have a fight with other colleagues because they are worried about their position because they never do a great job? Yes. So this is where I personally say, okay, what am I listening to? What is it? And I'm really short sometimes. Yeah. Ah, negative bullshit. Toot, 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 toot. Yeah, I hang up. Yes. I don't have time for bullshit while I have love as my guide to the rest of the day. Maybe you should do that practice. And if you can, then leave me alone. Yes? Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Yes? Because when people start to use words that smell like shit, I do not want to deal with that because I don't going to take any shit. Yes? So what we love do in that case, walk away. It's not like punch first, then use love and go away. Even if the punch is so releasing, relieving, you don't do that. No violence. So you need to become a person of peace. So never let yourself be triggered into a hurry conversation. And I need to know it now. Well, good luck. If you want to know it now, you had better studied before, don't you? So that you could know it now. Now it is that I know it and you don't know it, eh? And you demand to know it now. And I say, tomorrow is another day. Bye bye, and I walk away. Suddenly, a lot of colleagues are frustrated on the work floor. So make sure that you are at peace, and when you use love as a guidance outward, that you stay at peace. But if you are like me, peace can change like in a snap. So I need to be even more sharper on these things. And it happened already this morning. And this morning, yeah, I was using terminology that I wished I didn't learn, bad terminology. So it took some time for me to settle down, to get settled down, to breathe. And yesterday when you go to sleep, everything was fine. Everything was fine. Nothing wrong. So relaxed, all with gratitude for everything. So I can be grateful for everything. That does not mean that I love everything, yes? So I can be grateful for the punch in my face. That does not mean that I love it. So, yeah, cut short nonsense conversations. Be silent is also a good way, like when somebody is like, like sometimes I sense the intention, and also because of passion at one time, because there was a language barrier, we could not understand, so I misunderstood it and I reacted really fiery, but that was years ago, years ago, until I understood what he was meaning, and then he explained because that person had no intention to fool me, hurt me, or do me bad in any sense. But due to a language barrier, I misunderstood, and he saw the fire coming out of my eye. And then I can tell you, he was really trying to do his best to find the right word. And I bet you, after work, he did go study the language. I'm going to tell you that much. It was a good motivation. So there can always be other things that disrupt a normal situation, misunderstanding, language barrier. So many of these things you just can, or, misheard thing. Oh, I misheard it. So this is a little bit also how my mind works, you know, because when you do this practice with me every day, you will get amazed about the expansion of awareness goes so far beyond what we can comprehend. So if a human being is fully aware, it's not as much aware as, for example, the extraterrestrial. So we also need to learn to understand our limitations of what we can comprehend. But the Mr. Know It All, the arrogant, highly selfish ego, yes, thinks they know it all. Well, in fact, they know only a fraction, a little bit. And 999%, they will not get it because there are no words for it. Yes, they cannot comprehend because the brain are too small. We don't have elongated skulls. So yes, there were divine beings coming to this planet with elongated skulls that knew much more than a human being. But if you are starting to get aware and you never had that thought about what's living in the universe, I don't care. I'm making my sandwich. Yes, so if you don't have desire to want to know, because that is also needed, and if you do not want to know, well, yeah, then we need to look for other person that might want to know. So being focused and staying aware of your surroundings and other beings, other human beings, observing behavior, being silent, and being patient. So any problem that you are going to face, you will have that question, what would love do? And sometimes love walking away, sometimes love does nothing. Sometimes love gives a kiss on the wound. Yes, the child hurt his finger. Ah, let me give a kiss on it. Now it's okay. That kiss is healing the wound by love and light. and positivity. So, yes, there is a very spiritual thing, if you want, to that soothing kiss. Or when your honey is worried and you take her face in your hands and you give her a kiss on the forehead, letting her know it's all right, don't worry, and you give her a hug to comfort herself about the problem, is better than that same moment could easily be a relationship conflict. And nowadays, we see the news having a tsunami of relationships conflicts, if it's on school between children, throwing a bomb on the schoolyard, or shootings or stabbings. Yes, plenty. So I think that all these people need to ask themselves the question, what would love do? And behave in such a way. Therefore, we need to expand this attention. And I'm going to enlighten the phone because it's empty. Hello, Candy. So I'm now going to give with love. I'm now also facing TikTok and the comment section. So I'm going to, um, whoa, to, well, I'm going to really quickly scroll over the comment section. Well, let's say hi to Rosa. Well, I hope that Rosa, because she has a devil after her name, that and asking me how I am doing. So I need to give a understanding of what contemplation is. So yeah, so, and that is the sometimes difficult with social media. You do not know in which state of mind other people are, or they are aware about which safe space you want to keep. So I hope Flying Dutch is going to straighten his spine, facing his day with the question, what will love do in this case? Yes. But if we human beings simply do, and this is, I face this so many. When I say yeah, and when I go and I challenge everybody to spar with me, yes, come spar with me. How, and of course, a lot of arrogance will face me when I say that. Come spar me. Come spiritual spar me and see how it will go. So I noticed that many people are in the illusion that they are this and that. Yes, while the observation is differently. So a lot of people saying they are enlightened when they are a black hole. Yes, and then I'm honest with myself, but I'm also honest to others. So in that case, I need to say, if you love your ego, then you better go. because the next thing I'm going to discuss now will damage your ignorance. Yes? So, what do you think you are? Oh, I practice self love, I do this. Well, that's not self love. That's called masturbation. That's not self love. Okay, so how enlightened are you? So, you really think that you can get enlightened complaining the whole day with a negative attitude? Are you trying to fool me? Well, by simply observing your behavior, I can see through you and I can see what you are. But enlightened is not one of these things. That's why you are suffering in life and making it yourself hard because you are not walking away. If love would do that, yes. So a lot of people are in the illusion. So maybe there is a will to be like the messiahs. Yes, very far deep inside there is a will that they want to get enlightened. But what are they? What do they want to do? You need to know that there is practice needed to reach a certain level. But you criticize others, complain about your own situation, while you do not need, while you are not doing the efforts needed to change that situation. So you are a pretender on my watch because I see through you. I do not see you doing all the enlightened stuff. You are also not even able to talk about it because first you need to have certain thought processes, questions, and answers before things are becoming clear to your mind. You have nothing of that. And every day you wake up to criticize others, even from faraway countries. Look what you do over there. That is bad. That is bad. That is bad. And then you dare to say that you are saving the planet and everything. You are a joke, a big joke, not worth my time. Because I do not believe in illusions when there is no word that you can apply. Yes? It's not only words, it's the deeds. And that process, finished, is called wisdom. So, what did you seek? You did seek knowledge. You wanted to know more and more and more and more and more. And then you want to keep it for yourself, so you cannot say, well, I got it from the Messiah. No, you try to pretend that you invented the wheel and that you need to reinvent the wheel. So that are pretenders, people that doing no efforts on the enlightened path, pretending to be the light while they are a black hole, criticizing others and polluting others' minds with images of war, duality, and other negativity. Don't give these people attention that are bombarding your mind with images of war with conflict situations, etc. Don't give them time, and also not their frustration, because what they need to do is give love some time. What they need to do is to answer the question what love would do. And yes, those people are irritating me, frustrating me. So I listen to understand to myself, and I ask myself, what would love do? Well, walk away, don't give it attention, because those people only can react in a wrong way. Yes, they are reacted wrong all the time. Yes. So when you seriously want to practice, and when you seriously follow my guide, your happiness will expand. Your pain relief will be more. You get more enlightened. And that's what love did to me in this case, to pass that love for the true human being. Yes, with a straightened spine, a clear mind, a loving heart, and it's being observed by the wisdom active in behavior. So that's what you can see with me. Yeah, so when I go biking, for example, or if I go outside, I'm greeting other people on purpose. I'm giving other people a smile. And I notice that when I don't do that, then most likely nobody will greet me. But because I do that, many people greet me. And after one time greeting me, they are letting others know that they know me. Isn't that funny? I just said hi and they say, I know him. Oh, you know the guy that's greeting everybody? Oh, yeah, he said also hi to me. Yeah, he's a great guy. I know him. And that might be true that they know me because they know I'm kind. They know themselves as kind. And knowing yourself, you know the other person. So every mistake that I make is qualifying the mistake other people make. So when I observe the mistake somebody else makes, first I place that's that's when I say, okay, when you see somebody fall on the floor, eh, that's not the time to pass your smile to somebody else. Let's be honest. Then you cover your mouth like smiling, smiling behind. Oh dear. Don't respond in this way. I need to control myself. Breathe, breathe. Oh my god. No, yeah. Sometimes other people mistakes might make you laugh, but the best thing is not to do that at the same moment, but you are going to recognize that that mistake that person has made could be a mistake that you made yourself or already had made before. And this is what's happening when you need to instruct people from the agency coming the first day at job And you know what can go wrong with the machine, but for them, it's the first experience. So they need to find out that way. And then sometimes somebody says, well, everybody made that same mistake. Now we need to press the red button because it only gets worse from here. So, what would love do? And what would self love do? Self love will bring you back in the evening and then in the morning, and then we do this together. Yes, because when we focus and when we do this collectively and when we send messages of love, light, and healing into the cloud of collective consciousness of mankind, it's beautiful. It's simply beautiful. Oh, I wasn't. So I didn't read all the comments, not till the end. So, Flying Dutch, how old are you? So, I'm not on TikTok for the follow for follow. No, you need to make sense. And I observe a dog, a cartoon dog. So, when we become aware in how we are going to connect with each other, yeah, maybe people need to do the first step and then wait patiently if it's going to be responded. So patience is also a thing, eh? Patience was something that I myself was not really great at. My energy was not patient. No, not at all. And still, it's not my strong point. So one day, maybe this evening, I'm going to make patience the guided words. So yeah, people have patience with me. So yeah, I became from a very popular guy with millions and millions of likes, and I let it go. And also with TikTok, people say you need to do that. I didn't even want to have TikTok, but it seems to be the things going. But what the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here? It says 1 hour. Yes, and I'm putting it on for 2 times, but I see that my time here it says 1 hour and 47 minutes. How the hell did this speed up while it says 1.03 and you can look it back? 1.0, how the hell did that happen? Anyways, for TikTok, we are going to round it up and enjoy your day. On YouTube, we will proceed a little bit more. Ciao, ciao. So I left almost 91 people speechless. but it were 89 people. I left speechless. So we are going to take love as a guide for today. Um, Relax for a little bit more, and then I will end this live stream because I need to go to work and I see I'm 7 minutes late. So my boss needs to practice patience again. Oh no, I forgot. I am my own boss. So I need to prevent to get in a hurry. So, some extensional guidance, and this has to do with opinions. So, everybody thinks they need to have an opinion. Everybody wants to speak their opinion. But my guidance to an opinion is, because I am that guy that often says, show your opinion on a place where the sun don't shine. But to create more opinions is needed for the human species. But now the guidance for having an opinion is taking the time to form that opinion. Because sometimes the opinion is so fast and you give it some thought. And this is how media works. Media is triggering your quick opinion. So everything they want to look bad, they are first going to make it look bad, triggering a quick opinion. So they often say without thought, well, when it is this, then it must be that. Eh? Where there is smoke, there is fire. Well, that's not true. Where there is smoke, there might erupt a fire. So you need to blow it a little bit more. So when you are making a campfire, you starting it and you have smoke and a little bit of the glowing stuff. And then you need to blow, blow, blow until the flames come and it sets a fire. So no, it's not where there is smoke, there is fire. No. There's a possible chance of getting fire, but you need to work it. Same thing with your thoughts of your opinion. You need to make sure that your opinion is accurate, that you give it some thought, yes, and then you have many angles to it. Like you can zoom in on it, you can zoom out on it, you can place it outside the box. Would it be the same opinion then? So we are easily to be influenced, for example, by people that are in the picture. So, for example, I'm not going to call names, so I'm only going to use the current thing I observed in a situation with somebody who has quite a following on social media, recently got arrested. Um, so, on the background, that person already escaped uh, a clinic from psychiatry clinic. He escaped from that, no worries. I don't think that person is a bad person. I think he has a good heart. So I add that to the opinion because the rest is what you can get from media, and it's not painting a nice story because there is divorce, there are children involved, parents separated, you want to do 50-50, and now The dad in question is angry he cannot see his children while they have an arrangement. So I'm wondering what is true about that arrangement and what made it different. So never listen to one side of the story to form your opinion. So now, because there is an arrest, we patiently wait on the outcome of what the judge is going to say and what the true facts are, because a lot of people also creating complot opinions. So, because children are involved, it's highly sensitive information that if you could place yourself in such situation, you would have these and these emotions. Therefore, it's important to find your balance first. Yes, so when you go outside, be balanced, be rooted, be reconnected, be free from negative thoughts, and don't allow it to come to you. Do not allow other people to place shit in your hands. Yes. So maybe I became a man of peace a little bit too early because sometimes, you think when somebody is intentionally trying to put shit in your hands to give them a little whack on the head. But as a peaceful man, I cannot do that. So then I ask myself, okay, what will love do in this case? I cannot beat the crap out of the motherfucker. So I walk away. So forming an opinion needs more thought to be more accurate. So you also need to make sure that when you are so convinced about your own opinion, that wise men can ask questions that you didn't thought of, but it would change your opinion. So first, your opinion was, oh, when you do a this or that to me, I become violent. That's the easy negative opinion. But if you found balance and you became a peaceful man, then violence is no option. So, because violence is no option anymore, your opinion needs to change. And then you need to be 100% true to yourself, honest with yourself, and say to yourself, Frankie, I was wrong. And it was not that I was wrong because I believed in a lie. No, I was wrong because I didn't have the experience. I didn't know the truth. So I do not need to feel guilty about this mistake. So I remove my feeling of guilt because I'm innocent. But I learn now violence is not an option to a peaceful man. So all the opinions that contribute to hate, violence, anger, they are now in the opinion that they need to be processed. So when that feeling of rage is coming to me, like say it one more time. and then you get it, you need to process that. Breathing, receiving what? You want to receive what? Love, light, and healing. Then you need to process that feeling of anger. Because if you're going to use violence, oops, accident happened, other person died, and you go to jail. That's not what you want to receive. So become a man of peace. So that said, I found a better way to describe because I was searching in between meditation, contemplation, uh, but I have found one word that I'm going to use now, and it's guidance. So, in order to receive that guidance most accurate, of course, in the beginning, we will settle down, relax, meditate, contemplate guidance. So, to provide guidance, that is what the following live streams are going to be look like because it's a better thing to use on social media because if I'm meditating, closing my eyes and keeping my mouth shut, then uh, people are seeing somebody just sitting watching in the screen. So the demand of social media is that people start to talk, but not only talk and have opinions, but also can say something wise. So become a wise person. So that's it in this extended. I need to go now and have a nice day. Take love as your guide with you during the day and let me know what your experiences are in the comments of the evening live stream. Okay. Catch you later. Take care.